guess I should turn on my camera, huh? All right, there we go. Now you can see me. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fowl Territory 323. I am your host, Gizzard Gary. Let me go ahead and get the ticker going here. All right, so it is Monday, August the 18th. So, welcome one and all to the show. I'm waiting for the giveaway to start. It hasn't started yet, evidently. I'm not seeing it running out there anyway. Hopefully, it's not giving us fits again this time. So there it goes. Okay, it is working. All right. So do things a little differently since there's only a couple of us here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and show you my guest, my co-host, the only one here right at the moment, guest panelist, Guns and Barbecue, all the way from the Keystone State. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you, Gary?
Man, it don't get any better than this.
So the other panelists, I may or may not have learned how to make chloroform, and I may have made some and put it on rags and mailed it to each of them. And I mean, it was supposed to arrive today.
Pay or what?
What was that?
That mean you're getting all their pay then, or what?
They were getting paid? Son of a... Hell yeah, I'm getting their pay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see who's out here watching this crap. The first one out there is Gun Websites. He says, have a great show. And thank you for hosting each week. And then you, sir, Guns and Barbecue are out there. We got Gun Hobo 62B. We have Scott Naring. And we have J Delta 22NC out there. We have Ron 2A Matters. We have Skillet Liquor, the name of the week on YouTube, also known as Boomstick.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is good. Got Del Pogue out there. We got M. Gabriel. We got Justin Grimm. Scott Naring says, I think Gary is sleeping. Not at 9:05. If you'd have went back a few minutes, I was. So. Ron 2A Matters. Let's see. We have Fluffy 10mm Jeep Guy is out there. We have Weston. We have Alex Parlin. We have Jacob S. TJ Fishing from Down Under. And I'm still scrolling down the list. There's somebody out there on Twitch by the name of Jane Sign. Wow, somebody in the gaming community on Twitch. Hello, Twitch.
Good evening.
We are on Twitch. We have back from beyond Ozzy Osbourne barking at the moon. The Prince of Darkness is with us tonight. We have Gunpowder Beauty, the Princess of Darkness is out there.
Only for her.
Let's see. I think I got everybody out there. If I didn't say your name, yeah. Justin says barbecue totally missed that yesterday. Oh. He's got Rich. Rich was wrong out there. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, my Rich was wrong button. He's got that. Or avatar, he's got that. Not too many people know that's out there. That's one of the custom emoticons that you can put out there on YouTube.
Nice.
So, yeah. So if you're a channel member, there's a link out there on my community tab. Yeah, I was a little late posting it, but it's there. So if you want to join a stream, that's one way you can do it. Otherwise, it's just going to be us. You do see the giveaway has started out there. I have seen some entries out there. So far, we've got about 8 entries out there. It's not a hashtag anymore. It's a I don't know what you call it. It's a code you got to enter your giveaway with. It's exclamation point FT323. So and it will let you know if you entered it correctly. You can enter on YouTube and you can enter on Twitch, but you cannot enter on Facebook or on X because of the limitations of the bot that does my giveaways. Otherwise, I'd allow everybody to enter. But so, how the heck are you, Barbecue?
Doing all right.
I know you don't get
Uh,
on very many live streams. You've only been on like what 5 or 6 this last week. I don't know.
Something like that.
Three or
It's not a
so
whole
you're
lot.
on.
I say it's not like back in the day when I'd be on literally about 20 a week. But that was back when we had a lot more people live streaming.
So you did a couple this last week on Thursday night, Friday night. Damn, Foss actually did a Gerald Muir's out there, by the way. Did a substitute stream for Rich White last night.
He did,
On top of his regular show. So
and I missed it, and I am disappointed.
yeah, we had a heck of a bracket there.
Yeah.
Bracket to decide what Rich White's excuse was for not being there.
Oh, I haven't even gotten to watch the show back yet from last night, so
Well,
I didn't even.
at least one or two people here in the audience were there and could maybe tell you who won or what won.
So disappointed. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed it. But we did it without you. Gunpowder Beauty says, go ahead and tell him, Gizzard Gary. Yeah, she was there. Yeah, believe it or not, what turned out to be the excuse for Rich White not doing his show was an itchy vagina.
I was gonna guess sand in it.
That one.
So
itchy.
I feel like for not even being there and knowing what the bracket was or anything, guessing that sand was in it, like I feel like that's pretty darn close.
That's pretty darn close. That's for sure. Ozzy says itchy cooter. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gunpowder. Question: if you get sand in your vagina, does it become itchy?
Depending on whether it's clean sand or dirty sand, I suppose. We got Denny's plant-based journey out.
Oh crap! If you do get sand in there, does it make an oyster? Or yeah, making an oyster, but does it make a pearl?
I don't personally have experience with that sort of. So you'd have to ask Gunpowder.
Something pops up. Like, oh no, that's a ping pong ball. Never mind.
Well, Gunpowder could come on panel. She could tell us all about it.
She could. If she strap a set on.
She says a huge freaking pearl. Yeah, that's right. Fluffy says, I just ordered another used PD trade-in P320 full size in 45A ARP. Hopefully it doesn't get me when it gets here. That will give me all 5 calibers of 320 full sizes.
Nice.
There you go. Now there's consumer confidence for you right there.
So my question is, that has just escaped my mind, because then I had another thought of like, well, if you bought them in another size, you could just swap the frame. But man, what the heck was that going to be? Is it going to pertain to what they had just said? Oh, if you had to count out a certain amount of doll hairs to obtain one of those, what are those trade-ins running roughly?
See, I don't know. I know what I paid for mine, but it wasn't. Well, wasn't a police trade-in, but it was secondhand, and I got it from a friend.
I'm also curious if the police trade-in has anything engraved into the frame that really identifies it as police trade-in or if they actually did it to the slide.
Probably
Because then
not
again,
unless it's a special model.
well, some
Yeah,
agencies will actually,
a bigger
um,
agency
yeah,
like California Highway Patrol or something that's major and is gonna demand 10,000 or something like that. But the Duluth Police Department probably isn't going to get a custom model or anything like that. Not that he's in Duluth. I was just using it as an example. Insert medium-sized city here.
but that's why I was just thinking, like, if
Fluffy says 299 doll hairs.
oh, that's not bad.
This one. Denny says AIM Surplus has them at 299.99 doll hairs. So if you have a good number of doll hairs, like you've got a used doll or something like that, probably
Problem is,
right now.
my daughter gave most of her dolls haircuts, so
There you go. Yeah, you're screwed then.
yep. You know
And
who?
Denny says 95 cents. Oh, yeah, I don't think we're going to haggle over 4 cents. Or 0.04 doll hairs, I should say.
Hey, that 400th of a doll hair, it can be a difference maker.
Wow, look at those. Look at those giveaway entries out there. We got 12 people in so far. Looking good. I just don't know where everybody is tonight. Maybe everybody's taking the week off.
Slackers.
Or maybe just because I was a little late sending out my links, everybody decided, no, he's not doing a show. I'm going to bed.
Luckily, I checked to make sure Gizzard was alive.
Yeah.
He is. You folks are welcome.
I may or may not have nodded off at my desk, but I woke up in time for the show, but just barely.
The problem is, Gary, nobody wants to be on the panel and argue with me. That's the problem. They're like, hard pass. I get it.
Well, we could try having a 2-person bracket like Foss and I did last night. That's fun because just about everything goes to the audience. But well, actually, most everything was unanimous, except for I think the last one we did throw out to the audience.
You guys should have just texted me and been like, "Yo, we're getting ready to start a bracket." I was been like, "Hey, I just had something pop up. I've got to end this phone call now. Sorry."
I did text you, but you were on the world's longest phone call. So,
the worst part is
whose phone you can't even stay on a live stream for 2 hours because your phone dies. Yet you can be on a 9-day phone call. I haven't figured.
The thing is, I have no problem staying on the live stream. It's the after chat where I've already been on the live stream for like 2 hours, and we're in the after chat for another hour or two. And like even now, I'm not looking at my phone screen because what use is it to me to look at my phone screen?
At 4:00 in the morning, and still said you were still on the call.
Oh, I wasn't. That message must have got lost in the interweb somewhere because I sent that
at 3:49 a.m. when I got it.
Yeah, because that would have been almost 5 a.m. my time, and I was asleep a little after 1, I think it was. Well, trying to go to sleep at that point, but because she would even say like, "Oh God, I got to be up, at X time for work," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool," and then half hour later, she's on another tangent. And I'm like, oh my God, this is never going to end.
She's probably going to call you again.
No, luckily, apparently she's too tired.
Well, you guys may have to move in together so you have more time to talk. The Saint is out there. Says, what the cluck? Dale Pogue says, we just got power back on. Bad storm came through. Wow.
Oh, no.
Fluffy going back a ways because I missed a chat here. My 357 SIG PD trade-in full size is marked from NC Highway Patrol on the slide. Actually, that'd be pretty cool.
Yep.
As I still have that
I'm
California
just,
Highway Patrol at Smith and Wesson.
it's too bad that there's not a hen out there that would probably be kind of interested in something like that.
In what?
320 that's marked North Carolina Highway Patrol.
Oh yeah. Where is that hen anyway? I don't know.
Huh.
I haven't seen any of the hens. They may be. In the background.
It might be.
Lurking.
Let's
Lurking.
say
So,
we wore out Gun Snob on Friday night, so
that's true. Saint says I love my 226 Elite in 40 Smith and Wesson. That's a good caliber. I think so anyway. Some people don't like it, but I do.
I prefer 1 centimeter.
You would.
I do.
I prefer non-metric calibers, but because I'm American and all that. So, what the heck's going on?
What do you want?
I know. What do I want? You're on my
What do you mean you don't know?
Said I'm all done.
Great.
Don't die.
I'm putting on my sweatshirt.
See, Alaska 1 Andy is out there. Keep losing track of where I'm at here. Scott Herring says I had a Smith Model 28 that was marked Arizona DPS. All right. So we have
Nice.
24 people out there watching this. Now, I don't know Streamlabs, whether that means it's just YouTube or what that means. It doesn't break it down for me as to who's on what platform. Excuse me. So, let's find an article out here on bearing arms and let's talk about it. What do you think? Sound like a plan? Yes or no? Just a Grimm's out there, by the way. Oh, you're entering the giveaway. I see how you are.
Sorry, I didn't realize I muted myself. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
All right. I saw you out there entering the giveaway. Excuse me, gosh. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. Article by John Petrolino, and it says Texas County has one more waste of money before the buyback ban begins. Okay. So starting on September the 1st, municipalities and counties in Texas will no longer be allowed to waste money on gun buyback schemes after Governor Greg Abbott signed a bill that prohibits local governments from participating in the programs. These compensated confiscation events, try saying that 3 times real quick, have no demonstrable effect on public safety, but they're popular with politicians who want to say they're doing something to fight crime. And in El Paso County, officials decided to have one last gun roundup before the ban takes effect in a couple weeks. Quoting here, County Commissioner Jackie Butler emphasized the importance of these events for community safety. Suicide by gunshot is the number one cause of suicide here in our community, said Butler. We're just trying to do our best not only to dispose of unwanted guns, but also to talk about gun safety and the importance of keeping your guns if you do have them safely stored, especially if you have teenagers, kids in your home, or anybody who may be susceptible to gun violence. According to Butler, the buyback events were funded by state and federal resources with about $150,000 allocated for the gift cards participants receive, and the remainder for event staffing. We allocated $300,000 initially through ARPA funds, which were granted to us by the federal and state government to host these, Butler explained. And again, this is the fourth event that we've been able to host using that money. Now, Petrolino going on, he says, if the county wants to engage in suicide prevention efforts, great. This isn't the way to do it, though. That $300,000 would have been better spent on training for mental health counselors or even a campaign to raise awareness for things like the 988 suicide prevention hotline instead of collecting, quote, unwanted guns. Again, there's not a single bit of research to suggest that these compensated confiscation events have any positive effect on reducing suicides, violent crime, or accidental shootings. Why would they? Butler says about 1,200 guns were collected in the county's first three buybacks, which is a tiny fraction of the number of lawfully owned firearms in El Paso. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that the number of guns turned in was more than offset by the number of guns purchased in El Paso County since the first event was held. If county officials were really interested in providing people who no longer wanted their guns an option to get rid of them, they could work with local gun shops on a buyback program that allowed FFLs to purchase these firearms and offer them for sale to customers who do want them. That would never happen, though, because these programs are about destroying guns, not giving them new homes. The anti-gun ideology at the heart of these buybacks is the reason why lawmakers passed HB 3053 and why Governor Abbott signed the bill into law. Heck, even Second Amendment squish and Congressman Tony Gonzalez, who's facing a rematch against Brandon Herrera in 2026, took a dig at El Paso County over the event in a cringeworthy attempt to deflect from his own support for gun control. And this post from Tony Gonzalez says, the last worthless gun buyback event in El Paso is off to a killer start. Anxious to see how many non-working muskets get flipped for cash in the name of justice. Gonzalez's post was as effective at rehabilitating his image as El Paso's buyback will be at reducing crime and suicide. That is to say, an utter and complete failure. At least events like this will soon be a thing of the past in the Lone Star State, though I'm sure that anti-gun politicians like Butler are already scheming to come up with a new do-nothing form of political theater that takes aim at our right to keep and bear arms. All right, what do you think of that, Barbecue?
Well, I did find it amusing where they mentioned, suicide by a firearm is the leading cause of suicide in our community. Well, I mean, that's just, kind of the case anywhere. With that, it kind of made me chuckle because, one, my thought was, if you're really worried about suicide, there's plenty of other ways to actually try and raise awareness and combat that. But additionally, that as in, like, what about everybody else that's still doing it?
Yeah.
Like, do you just not care about those lives? So, like I said, it mildly amused me. Because sometimes I think these politicians don't think when they speak. So there's that aspect of it. Pretty sweet that they're just making it illegal to have these buyback programs. Well, buyback as in their words, because we know that you can't buy back something that you never owned.
That's right.
It's a bribery to just give us something that you don't want anymore.
So Plant-Based Journey made a comment. He says, El Paso is one of the most liberal areas of Texas, right up there with Austin, Houston, and San Antonio. Okay, see, I didn't know that. But
it's going to be
I would have kind of
true
figured that based on this. But
that, I was going to say, that's going to be true about any metropolitan area.
And you're probably right there. So Vanessa Kitty came in a few minutes ago. Might have missed some others as well. Vanessa said, I lived in Texas a few times. Scott Naring says, illegal too. It is just saying marriage is the main cause of divorce. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it is. It
Yep.
is. That's for sure. All right. I want to go back real quick to another comment of Denny's. It says, one of my friends is a Texas hypo, and they issued him a P365 that is engraved Texas DPS. He wears it when plain clothes and off duty. He'll get to keep it when he retires. Very cool. Living in Southwest Virginia, Steve is out there. Also, Calamity Jean is in the audience. And oh boy, we got a celebrity out here now. We have an honest to goodness celebrity. The goddamn Bacon is out there. And he says, just once I'd like to get invited to a gun buy forward program. Give me a chance to see what the local PD's ARs can do. That's a good idea. George Cortez is also out there, and he says El Paso is where Beto O'Rourke lives. Screw Beto. Hell yeah. So, Vanessa says, remember, X's are X's for a reason. Okay. That's true. That's true. Vanessa says, I must renew my carry permit next month, $75 and a new electronic passport photo and submit online. It's a little more than mine. My last one was only $50, I think.
Well, so I just got to be clear on this, Vanessa. You have to go get a passport photo done. So you have to go to, the post office or somewhere else where they actually take a passport photo. Then you have to take that to wherever your issuing authority is when you're
here in Kansas. We go to a driver's license where they take driver's license pictures. They take the same pictures for carry permits. So
and say, well, that would make sense to just use what's already in the DMV database for your photo. But like here in PA, when you go into the sheriff's department, you hand them the paper with your information on it, and then they just take your photo right there at the sheriff's department.
See, here in Kansas, the concealed carry permits look exactly like the driver's license. It just says, instead of Kansas driver's license, it says Kansas concealed carry permit. But it's the same, it's exactly the same thing. Same company prints them up, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, Dale Polk says, I get mad when I see a gun-free zone and they're not giving out free guns. I'm like, I get that. Yeah, that makes total sense. I never have seen them giving out free guns in a gun-free zone, or even cheap ones. Denny says, same in Texas too, Gary, with a slightly different color. Scott Nary says, we don't have photos on our Arizona permit. So remind everybody out there, if you want to enter the giveaway, every once in a while you'll get a reminder out there in the chat. The entry is !FT323. And I don't know, I believe that's case sensitive, but I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't enter my own giveaways. So we already have 18 people entered. There's still plenty of time yet, but we've only been on the air about 30 minutes so far, so
we're not doing too bad.
We're not doing too bad. We got time to look at another article, maybe?
I mean, if you're the one doing the looking.
Let's see what we can find. Let's see. We've got Robert Francis O'Rourke still wants your guns. How about 2 plead guilty in Pennsylvania gun trafficking scheme? That's your state.
Oh yeah, they
Gun,
got
con-
me.
gun control group now offering firearms instruction. And Minnesota judge strikes down state's binary trigger ban. Or Illinois mom fatally shoots intruder while protecting child.
I am interested in anti-gun group giving firearm instruction.
Okay, here we go. This is by Cam Edwards. And he says, the term gun safety, I guess, yeah, it's on the screen, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. The term gun safety has different meanings depending on where you stand on the Second Amendment. For those who despise our right to keep and bear arms, gun safety translates to gun control. And the best way to practice gun safety is to not own a gun at all. Those of us who respect and appreciate the Second Amendment, though, gun safety means being safe and responsible around firearms. It doesn't have nearly the negative connotation that gun control has, which is precisely why anti-gunner Michael Bloomberg named his group Everytown for Gun Safety, not Everytown for Gun Control. According to National Shooting Sports Foundation Senior Vice President and General Counsel Larry Keene, Everytown is now trying to move into the realm of actual gun safety by launching a new firearms training initiative. The program was recently outlined at the National Conference of State Legislatures, and NSSF staff had a firsthand view of what the gun control group is pushing. A broad initiative called Train Smart, which includes a gun ownership 101 class and eventually a full 8-hour training course. Okay, so I'm quoting here. Everytown's Train Smart initiative will also host race standards in your state classes, which isn't even an attempt to hide their efforts to convince people to press for permits and licenses and instructor certifications, which amazingly can now be provided by the newest firearm training program in town. Lastly, if those aren't enough, Everytown's Train Smart plans to offer a Train Smart gun safety and marksmanship class, which ought to be a hoot since the gun control group has yet to shoot straight on anything they say. That's going to be an 8-hour class to teach people how to handle and use firearms responsibly and serve as a role model for others. Topics covered in this class are the same as the other two shorter classes, except they'll also talk about suicide prevention, de-escalation tactics, pistol marksmanship, and, wait for it, and much more. There's no word if those classes will include any range time or that any gun range would want to host Everytown to do it. As Firearm Policy Coalition's Rob Romano pointed out, the goal here seems to be to force gun ranges to host these Everytown courses and to force would-be gun owners to get their mandated instruction from a group that doesn't believe you have a right to keep and bear arms. Okay, and we've got a post here. Rob Romano posted saying, if it wasn't obvious already, the idea here is to make the most anti-gun gun training imaginable, and then, because no gun store, range, or trainer will want to teach a course from a group trying to put them out of business, get anti-gun states to force gun owners to take it. Okay, going back to the article, we've already seen states like California move to disqualify classes taught by NRA-certified firearms instructors from satisfying training requirements and substituting state-certified instructors instead. It's not hard to imagine lawmakers in Sacramento and Trenton, Boston, Albany, and other blue state capitals mandating that folks have to go through training taught by Everytown instructors before they can purchase or carry a firearm. In fact, by making their pitch to attendees at the National Conference of State Legislatures conference, Everytown is already laying the groundwork for their plan to force their way into gun stores and ranges. There's a reason why the anti-gun group wanted to let state-level lawmakers know about their new offerings, so they can start making laws that mandate attendance in an Everytown taught gun safety course before you can exercise your Second Amendment rights. The biggest problem Everytown will face is coming up with instructors who are willing to work with them. As Keene notes, right now there's no word on whether the group's 8-hour course will include any range time, but I'm betting that it won't. In order to satisfy the training requirements they've helped to put on the books in states like Illinois, New York, and Massachusetts, though, Everytown will need instructors who provide range instruction, not just anti-gun talking points. My guess is it'll be far easier to get anti-gun legislators to sign on than actual firearms instructors. But that could end up being a feature, not a bug, if it means that it becomes much harder to get access to the training required to bear arms in public or even keep a gun in the home. What do you think of that? Every town's going to start offering gun safety classes.
It's interesting.
Good idea or bad idea?
That they're doing it, I think in the end it's got nefarious intentions behind it all day long, because it can start out as something that seems completely innocent, and they're like, hey, we're offering this now, blah blah blah, and this is the outline, and this is what we're doing, and it seems on the up and up. But then you're going to get in these people that are teaching the classes that are very agenda oriented, that have a, when I say agenda, it's their political agenda that I'm referring to. So then it's like, oh, well, yeah, you can have this, but, so there's going to be poisoning of minds going on there with new firearms owners, I believe. And I think that at the end of the day, that's what they're really hoping to target, is new firearms owners. People who don't know any better, they're going to see this and be like, I've heard of that. And go, I'm just going to go take that course. And they're going to be able to spread some misinformation, things like that. At the end of the day, I don't see a whole lot of good with it. Also, though, at the same time, you kind of have to look at, all right, why are they also doing this? And it's kind of a good sign that they are, because they're losing. They would not be doing this if they were not losing the battle for gun control. So
we've got some people who joined us real quick. We've got C4 Defenses out there.
Good evening.
Also, Bama Dad is out there in the audience. Also, Sandra Ganal. I guess that's how you pronounce that. I
Good
don't
evening.
know if I've ever seen Sandra, but welcome for sure. Let's see. Steve says, living in Southwest Virginia, says that's the fox guarding the hen house. Yeah, it is for sure. Justin Grimm says, make more money to be more anti-gun. Sarge said, I know I got here late, but does Gizzard's mic sound like he's in a different room? Hope not. Also,
I didn't think it sounded bad.
Agorizer out there. So, Skillet Liquor asked, did you see the video where a woman is getting arrested for shoplifting and screams at the cop, don't touch me, I'm a woman? The cop replies, that's okay, I identify as a woman. Wow. It's one way to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, that probably isn't going to go over real well.
That's one possible response. Yeah. So someday you may be able to go to every town gun safety school. Wow. Sandra says, you know what they say about gun control? It's like paying your bills on Tuesday when you get paid on a Monday. Yeah. Sarge says training is always good, especially safety training, but mandating it is a slippery slope. Unfortunately, a lot of people who weren't taught about firearms as kids won't go get any instruction. He says,
well, I don't know if it's so much that they won't go get it as much as they don't know where to get it. And that's one of the problems I see with this, is you're going to be like, oh, I've heard of this every town thing.
And when you start mandating stuff like training, then you're throwing more barriers into what is a constitutional right.
Well, there's that. And the idea, well, here's an 8-hour course. Now you're safe and proficient firearms owner.
Do I think it's a good idea? Sure, I think it's a good idea. Do I think you should have to do that in order to possess a firearm? Absolutely not. That's not what the Constitution says. Sorry about that.
When
Good
most of those
ideas are good
people,
ideas, but
yeah. And the thing is, most of those people, after they go and take that state mandated course, they go and the gun gets put into a nightstand or, safe or whatever the case is. And it will stay there for decades sometimes.
now
What do they retain after that?
Sarge says not knowing where to get it ends up with the same result of not getting it. Sandra says I had a mandate the other night. It went well, didn't put out though. Okay.
Poor thing. Hopefully they didn't talk your ear off.
Okay. Justin wants to know, can you only have 10 round mags during the class? Maybe. I don't know about that. Thing is, not only gun, a lot of people don't know where to go for gun safety training. Also, a lot of times those classes are a little pricey and the average person maybe can't afford them. Or can't afford to, find 8 hours to get daycare so they can go take the class if they're a single mother with kids or something like that. Which sounds like an awful specific thing to be saying, but there's an awful lot of them out there. And they deserve their guns too. That is for sure. George Cortez says, no thanks about every town. Yeah. I think that's probably what a lot of people say. I'm going to go ahead and take that off the screen. And I'm going to remind everybody, I want to remind you that Gear Websites is your source for Every Second Matters, gun channels, gear, MOID, and more. Why, they have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday it's Free Patch Friday. So buy cool stuff. Where? Why? At gearwebsites.com. That's where.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Okay, so got a couple questions or a couple things out there. Ozzy says, Illinois requires 16 hours of training to get a CCL, and it's a joke. All it does is increase the cost by $150. Bama Dad says, I tried clicking on it and it jumped on me. Says, got here late, Gizzard Gary. Did you go over Gavin Spusom's attempt to rewrite the Constitution? No, I haven't hit that particular topic. Denny says, there was a group here that was doing special classes for ladies, and they provided free daycare. They broke the class into small segments and provided range time. I forget if it was 2 weeks or 4. Scott Naring says, the scary part is what they are going to teach. What are they going to teach? Steve, living in Southwest Virginia, he says, Virginia requires training the first time you get a permit, but not live fire. They accept Virginia Hunter Safety, DD 214, or many online training courses. Renewals don't require training. That doesn't sound too bad. I had a hunter safety class when I was, 13, 14, something like that. A long time ago. But you do have to have one in this state to get a hunting license. Okay. You still with us, Barbecue, or did I put you to sleep?
What was that?
Are you still alive, or did I put you to sleep?
I am. No, I am here.
Proof of life has been obtained. Okay. Well, very good, because I like my panelists live. That's always the best kind of panelist, I find, anyway.
Gary likes his mandates live, too.
I do. Don't necessarily care if they put out, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play a little music for everybody, shall we?
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4'2" but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of ex-wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here. All right, so it is time for the Fowl Territory prize giveaway. So let me show you what you got a chance to win tonight. We're going to start. We do have some new things, by the way. So we're going to start off with the Gizzard Gary channel sticker, almost as big as my head. And to go
Only
along,
because you have a tiny head.
well, that's true too. Go along with that, the Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker. Not quite as big as my head, but sufficient for the witness protection program.
What she said.
Sandra says, this guy give away guns on here? No, not quite. But we give away a swag pack. We do give away a prize from our sponsor, which is Aegis Gun Care. So,
And every Wednesday night, if you are a channel member in a private channel member live, he gives away some pretty awesome knives.
that's right. I do give away knives.
One per week, that is, though.
One per week. Okay, so we got this new sticker from Excess Sights, the fastest sights in any light. Isn't that cool? Star Wars, baby. Yeah. Okay, we got this from Live Free Armory. True American manufacturing. Sandra says knives are cool. Damn straight knives are cool. We also have, courtesy of Swivelode, we have this rooster sticker all the way from the state of Hawaii. Yeah. And we have a sticker here from the good folks at Stroop Knives. And we have a sticker here from Ron Wayne's channel. And then we have the following from DM Foss. And he's given us a bunch of different stickers to give away. So we have the Hell No Kitty sticker from DM Foss. We also have the Papa Smurf sticker. And we have the official Haterade Thirst Destroyer. You know it's good stuff when it's orange and has Obi's picture on there. The recently obtained Sarge and in Charge sticker featuring
The only way to be.
C4 Defense. And then new this week, we have Snobby's Dairy straight from the bowl.
It's the only way to get it.
Just so you know we play fair here, here's the one Gizzard Gary sticker that Foss designed. I think it's pretty cool, personally. You'll be the first one to get this. Yeah, buddy.
That one's way bigger than your head.
Okay. I'm going to, real quick, turn off my camera because I just realized I got some patches together and I can't tell you where I put them, to tell you the truth. I don't know if I carried them off somewhere or what. So I'm going to have to get some more patches real quick. So talk to everybody while I do that, will you? Or not.
What was that, Gary?
I said I'm looking for patches to give people. I got some patches together and I can't remember where I put them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's a heck of a deal, isn't it? I'll just grab three
You know what, folks?
patches off my wall real quick.
I bet one of those patches was from NRAM for PSA.
I bet you it's not, because I'm out of those.
No crap.
Yeah, I'm finally out of those, by the way.
Wow.
I walked over to my patch panel, and I grabbed a few real quick. So you're going to get a Live Free Armory patch. It's a nice big patch. You're going to get this one from Valkyrie. And then this one is from Night Vision. So you're going to get those
Nice.
patches. You're also going to get the official Gizzard Gary pin. You can take this and you can put it on your hat. You can put it on your shirt or on your jacket.
Put it on your cat.
You could put it on your cat, but your cat probably won't come to you for a while after you do that. Alex Parlin said probably didn't have pants only. So if you're entertaining, you say you have a dinner party and you've got guests over and you don't want to put their drinks on your nice furniture, you might want a set of coasters. Not just one, but a complete set of coasters. That's right, a complete set of coasters from the good folks at EAA Corporation.
How many are in a complete set, Gary?
Well, the perfect amount, there's 7 in here, which is the exact amount you need if you're having a party at your house. That is
the perfect amount.
Perfect amount. Yep.
Especially like if you got grandkids or something like Gun Snob. Perfect. It's the exact amount.
All right. So also the winner of tonight's giveaway will receive from the good folks at Aegis Gun Care. They will receive, let's see, this is an odd number. So this will be the cleaner and lubricant combo kit, I do believe. So, all right. So let's take a look out there. Got 26 entries out there in the giveaway. Okay. George entered his hashtag really quick, but he must have already been entered. So I am going to go ahead and close the entries to the giveaway. All right. So, Barbecue, are you ready for me to pick a winner?
I am ready.
You are ready. Okay. Let's see who's going to win this week's giveaway, and it'll be announced out in the chat. And the winner is Calamity Jean. Wow.
Oh, snap.
So, Calamity Jean, are you out there in the chat? Winner must be present. We'll give her a minute or so to see if she's still out there, or whether she went to bed for the night or if she fell asleep. I'd hate to see it go to somebody else. Calamity Jean, are you out there?
We hope you are, because
There she is.
all right. This is a life-changing moment. Congratulations.
I know, right? She's been winning a lot of stuff lately. I tell you what, she's getting to be like Jacob S. I tell you what, she's a female version of Jacob S.
Now, this gun cleaner is great to clean your chicken nuggets, but do not lube your chicken nuggets with this gun cleaner.
Probably shouldn't do that. Let me go ahead and take myself off full screen because I know everybody's tired of seeing me cover up the whole screen, although you don't have your camera on, so they can't see you.
That is right.
Jacob S. goes, oh, ha, 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 ha.
He sounds a little sore.
Do what?
Said Jacob S. sounds a little sore.
He might be. He'll get over it, though.
Mandates will do that to you.
Okay, so if you are now, Barbecue did mention this earlier. Yeah, you're welcome, Calamity. And I have your address. I'm pretty sure, unless you've just recently moved in the last week, you don't need to send me your address. But what I was going to say is you talked earlier about the Wednesday night members only giveaways, where we every week I give away a knife that I've reviewed, because I review several knives every month on this channel. So I've got a pretty good sized backlog of knives, and
Just a couple.
So I give away one a week, and you can join the channel membership. If you're not already a member, you can join for 99 cents a month. So for that 99 cents, you get 4 hours worth of extra entertainment. plus early access to some of my videos, plus you get a I was just looking at something out there in the chat and it threw me off. You get a chance to win a knife. 4 chances to win a knife in a month.
Not just a chance to win a knife. I mean, like these are some pretty awesome knives. Some of them, like a couple of the ones that I've been fortunate enough to win, because he does it completely random, honest. Probably even more random now, because like before, when you use StreamYard, like it seemed like it would go in cycles. So I need to stop saying the word like. I apologize, folks. But anyways, the StreamYard tool would go in cycles, it would seem, at times, with how people would win. Thus why some people like Travis T or Jacob S or might win like 6 weeks in a row. You're like, what in the world is going on here? It's just something with that tool. However, with how he has to do it now with the picker wheel, that thing truly does seem random. But like I was saying, I was fortunate enough to win a couple of these knives, and I think the one easily valued at like $100. I was like, holy cow.
They're typically anywhere from 50 to 100. Some of them are a little more than 100, but yeah, typically $50 on up's what they run. So real quick, let's see. George Cortez says, Gizzard Gary, which was the patch at Guns and Barbecue asked?
I asked about a patch?
You asked whether I was giving away the NRAM. Because I had those 2024 NRAM patches. I got like 60 or 70 of those. And I was giving away one every week for a year and a half. But yeah, they're finally all gone.
Luckily.
So that's what he was asking about. And Steve says about how long does it take to get the Aegis products? I haven't received mine yet. I will check on that, Steve. Not a problem. I will double check with Aegis on that, because I normally have to send them the names each week, and it's possible they didn't get my email or whatever. So I will double check on that. And Justin says they're fast at shipping. They are, but Rob even admitted at times, with all the orders they get and stuff, sometimes he gets crossed up on the emails for the free stuff. And all you got to do, if that happens to you, it's happened before, just remind me. And just remind me on the chat, or send me an email, or whatever you want to. Contact me and say, hey, I didn't get my stuff, and I'll take care of it, because I do want you to get your stuff for sure. So George says, oh, the Texas shape patch, right? Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Fluffy said, and they were at Goals too. Yeah, I did. I missed seeing them. Now, luckily, Ron Wayne was there, and he talked to him for me, because I called Ron right before Goals, and I said, because he was asking me questions about it, and I said, if you see Aegis Gun Care, make sure and stop by and say hi to Rod and Shelley and tell them thanks from me, because I always like to go see them. So they're good people. And they're from Idaho, so they're good straight up folks, because I guess I don't know. I don't know anything about people from Idaho. There's probably only 10,000 of them, so if you like potatoes, I guess. Shouldn't say that. Probably half of my audience is from Idaho, and they'll be like, what'd you say? Real quick, we do have time for another segment. One of the second favorite segment I hear of people who watch this show, and that is the Show Us Your Gorn segment. So we're going to go ahead and transition, as they say, over to that. So if you want to have your Gorn shown on the program, send it to me at gorn@gizzardgary.com. And if you do so, please include your channel name in the email so I'll know who sent it. And I happen to know there's already some out here that we got earlier. Excuse me. So Got this one from Alex Parlin. Got to click 15 different things just to show a screen here. So this is from Alex Parlin. Nice shot at his gun safe. Look, there's some Gizzard Gary stuff on there, and there's some Aegis and Live Free Armory and Ron Lane. He's got an awful lot of stuff. He's got a Haterade, Savivi. Yeah, he's got an awful lot of stuff came from me. Wow. I am honored to be on your safe, Alex. Wow. Very cool.
You need to send him an autograph.
I know, right? I don't think anybody wants anything autographed from me. I'm not nobody. I'm not nobody at all. I'm just folks. Let's see. I'm thinking earlier if I can find it. No, that's not Gorn. And that's not Gorn. Okay. Do have something from a guy named Jonathan. Who's
Really?
that guy? Yeah. I don't know if I know this dude or not.
Sounds lame.
He is lame.
Probably a schmuck.
So it's a picture of a gas station.
Yep. That's a couple towns over.
So is that a significant location?
Not really. Just as walking around that town, took a little bit of time, and I actually know the family that owns it, so I figured I'd snap the photo. But one of the things that I just thought was cool about it is if you look at the fuel pumps that were out front, you don't get to see those too often anymore.
Trying to get in closer to him. Yeah, those are the old mechanical style.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those. Yeah, one of them, because some of those were old enough, they only had 2 digits on the gas price.
Yeah.
Because they had to go in and do mechanical conversions when the gas price went over $1 a gallon, because they couldn't handle it. Yeah, that's definitely old school for sure. A blast from the past. Cooper tires, interstate batteries. Yeah. And something about a lottery.
I honestly didn't even realize they sold lottery there.
They do.
Nice.
So if you want to buy a lottery ticket, if you feel like today's your lucky day, punk,
Might be, folks.
that's a place to go. But you got more than one picture on here. Well, let's take a look at the next one. Okay. And then this is a set of railroad tracks.
Yep.
Looks like it's running diagonal to the street and right alongside a building here with some flower pots. Really nice looking picture. So what's the story behind this? That was story.
No, just I was like, that'd probably be a neat little photo to snag. Basically, I need to put it in this email. It's pretty much all it was. Was like, might be something fun here to snag.
It's
and
a great perspective photo because the tracks go off into infinity, and then the buildings are kind of go off at an angle too. So those always make great shots for pictures.
Kind of draws you in, and plus it's kind of fun to do because normally, technically, it's illegal to be on railroad tracks. It's a federal offense. However, these railroad tracks literally pass right over a sidewalk. So technically I was on the sidewalk.
Well, somebody's got a, looks like a lawn chair that's sitting right out beside the... That's a pretty dangerous place to sit if a train was actually going through there. And I don't know if those are active tracks or not.
No, they 100% are.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'd sit there. Or if a train was coming, I think I'd move. I mean,
Let's
you would
say,
literally be sitting a foot or two from the train.
I'm kind of interested what it's like being in that building when the train comes through. Because if you've ever been even close to a set of railroad tracks, like you'll feel it rumble under your feet. Imagine actually sitting in there. Not only that, but I can only imagine how loud that train horn is because, like I said, I'm on the sidewalk, which is right next to the road. So, like that train horn is going to be blowing very soon as it's getting to and probably beside that building.
Okay, so this third picture appears to be a depot. Train
That
depot.
is the old trolley station. It's kind of neat when you go there. They have stuff that you can check out. It's just kind of a little place that you can walk around, look at a few things. But they have a little audio loop that plays over and over, as if you're waiting for a trolley, apparently.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't tear it down. A lot of times things like that just get torn down. So and we've got some other people who's telling me that they have sent Gorn. So mostly the rest of the pictures in there are repeats of those. So
Yeah.
we got some other people. Scott. Oh, well, Scott Naring said he sent me a picture. He sent me an email with no pictures in it.
Uh-oh.
You might want to try that again, Scott, because I did not get any attachments on this email. But while we're waiting, he says, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my, hold on just a minute. I'm going to bring up my Discord because I believe there's some stuff in there I can show while I'm waiting on any more emails.
There we go.
So, I guess that's fit to show. Well, I don't know. Some people might take offense to this.
Do you take offense to it?
I don't, but I wouldn't be affected by it. So let's go ahead and show it. This is from DM Foss. So if you want to blame somebody, blame DM Foss for this, by the way. So we have all presidents of the United States throughout history.
I'm going to just screenshot this one just so I can try to see it. Hold on. Well, you don't have to hold on.
Well, you're on my Discord. You can go see it. Okay, so let's see.
So what was that representing Biden?
Not real sure what that. It's an old man, I think.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of it I'm not quite getting, but there's a lot of things I don't get, I'm told. So believe me, there's a lot of things I don't get, but we're not going to go there.
I just got the. It took me a second, but I got the shoe because that would have been when Bush had that shoe chucked at him.
Oh, okay. Let's see. C4 Defense says, I thought Confederate Railroad liked their women just a little on the trashy side when they wear their clothes too tight and their hair is dyed. Okay.
I say my ideal woman is a cocktail waitress wearing a Dolly Parton wig.
Justin Grimm said, proof gun tubers have their hands in the pockets of safe companies. Soon your safe will be full of stickers and patches, and you'll need a new one. Boy, that's true. Denny said, when he was talking about autographs earlier, he said, just send me an autographed blank check. I'd enjoy having your autograph. Yeah, I'll bet you would. buddy.
Oddly specific request, but I like it.
I like it. Well, I'm trying to see if Scott resent his email again, because I got the email with the text on it talking about the pictures, but there's no pictures associated to it. So, which is a darn shame, because I'm sure it would have been good.
If Gunsnob was here, he would have loved that Confederate Railroad reference, by the way.
Well, he would.
That was a good
Maybe
one.
he'll watch the replay.
Who made that?
Who made what?
The Confederate Railroad reference.
That was Sarge.
Oh, good. He deserves bonus points.
He does. All right, so
I feel like you should send him a knife.
Sarge?
Yep. Just for the Confederate Railroad reference.
Maybe. It is getting close to Christmas. Of course, we had Christmas in July, if he, couple weeks ago or so, but that's over now. So, while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and start in our last segment here, just so we can go ahead and get it in. It's not going to take too long, because I only have one panelist. I don't think this is going to take a long time to do, but we're going to do this thing called What Did You Learn? And so we're going to ask our panelists what they learned during tonight's show and what they got coming up. So I guess since you're the lone panelist, Guns and Barbecue, what did you learn this evening?
I don't know if it's so much that I learned it, but it was definitely reinforced that Sarge has some great taste in music.
He does very much. He loves music. He goes to concerts and live music and stuff like that. He likes to go to a lot of live stuff, though. He actually gets out of the house and does things. So,
As for what I have coming up,
yeah, what do you got coming up? You got 3 more shows this next week, too, or we can give you bracket topics if you'll just do the shows.
I'm probably only doing one Thursday. I don't think I'm going to do one again on Friday. I kind of like doing the country music bracket. That was fun. I'm not going to do that on Thursday, but I think doing a sporadic one on a Friday night or something every once in a while, I think that could happen a bit more often. Maybe once a month or something like that. We'll see.
Not a bad idea. This is pretty good to see the Gun Snob back on live streams again.
Yes.
All you got to do is talk country music, and you can get the Gun Snob to join.
I had a feeling. Like I said, I messaged him late Friday morning. I was like, "Hey, this is what I plan on doing tonight. If you can be on the panel, that'd be awesome." And he's like, "I don't know what I've got planned for tonight, but if I can, I will." I was like, "Hey, that's all I can ask," And sure enough, there he was.
Real quick, I did get Scott's Gorn in, so we got time. Let's go ahead and show it. So here's the first picture. And the email says, first is Sarah and Boo. Those are his pups.
Nice.
That's funny because my daughter's name is Sarah, and we used to call her Sarah Boo. So she'd hate to think she's now been replaced by 2 dogs, but that is Sarah and Boo. Nice looking pups. Okay. So now there's more on that email. So, okay, this next picture. My stomach's rumbling. I'm not real sure why. Must mean I'm hungry. So this, I believe he told me, is his EDC.
Erectile dysfunction carry?
Do what?
EDC, erectile dysfunction carry.
Probably not, I'm guessing.
Oh,
TJ
thank God.
Fishing says, I love dogs, but I can't eat a whole one. Wow, dude. It looks like a dagger. Okay. You have to share. Yeah. That's a nice looking gun, though. It's funny. And we got a couple more pictures too, so this is a close-up of one of the dogs here, I believe. And there's one more after this. Look at that face. Look at that face. George Cortez says, dogs and cats make great tacos in Mexico. Wow. Okay, and there's one more picture after this, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here. What he has to say. Oh, the last picture, that was a dog they lost in a house fire, which I'm very sorry about. And then we've got a picture from the airport in Tucson. That'll be the last picture we show here. Okay, so there's a picture from the airport in Tucson. Scott says, that dog was Butter. He was my co-pilot when I drove Uber. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's a nice looking plane he saw at the Tucson airport.
I say, I can't. Is that one of those big military prop planes?
That's a jet.
I can't.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know anything about planes. Where's our plane? F-16, George says.
I can't tell because of the fence obscuring it.
Yeah, the fence does make it kind of tough. Yeah, TJ also says F-16. Wow,
Nice.
the Aussie even knows what kind of plane it is. Wow. It don't take much to be smarter than me. Sarge says he has a poll question.
Ooh.
This ought to be good. Scott says, what's funny is we're moving to San Antonio. That's a Texas National Guard F-16 from San Antonio. Very cool. I got family in San Antonio. George says, haven't you seen Iron Eagle? No, I have not.
Oh, I'm mildly confused why the National Guard needs an F-16.
Man, you just don't know. You got to be prepared for all kinds of stuff, man. So anyway, what I have going on is, I've mentioned it earlier, Wednesday night, we have the members only chat. Private chat for my channel members every week where I give away a knife, and we have a little bit of fun for an hour or so, just a little bit of extra time for us channel members to be together and stuff like that. So other than that, I did get a couple knives today from Civivi. I got a Civivi knife and a send cut, so I'll have to get some content done for those. So I don't remember the exact release date on those, but they usually give us a week or so to get those out. So we'll get that done. And of course, next Monday, we will do Fowl Territory again. And that will be Wednesday night at 9 o'clock or whenever I wake up. Oh. So Sarge wants me to do a poll real quick. Oh, gosh, now I can't remember. Oh. When will the hens get back together? Okay, so Thanksgiving. I'll let, if we got anybody out here, you guys can help me decide. SHOT Show or NRAM. This is from Sarge. So I'll let the audience vote. There's the poll is out there right now. When will the hens get back together? Thanksgiving, Christmas, SHOT Show, or NRAM? George says in 2026. George says, I want to visit San Antonio again. I want to visit Sons of Liberty Gun Works and check out their shop. Great ARs. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're getting some votes out there so far. We've got 4 votes.
Being a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I cannot believe that you didn't make one of those options a Taylor Swift song.
I don't know any Taylor Swift songs.
And be like, we are never ever getting back
That's
together.
the only one I could quote. I mean, the title.
I mean, I wouldn't be voting
I
for
think
that one,
everybody's
but
heard
just
that.
the fact that, again, you're a Chiefs fan, Taylor Swift, like, you guys aren't winning a Super Bowl now. You're going to lose to the Eagles again. Just because you put bad juju on your team by not including Taylor Swift in your poll.
I'd like to think I had that kind of pull, but I don't think I do. Well, we got 9 votes out there. Surely we can get 10 votes. Of course, I don't know how many people are still watching this, and you can only vote on YouTube. So
I'm going to go vote on YouTube.
Well, we got 10 votes. Yeah. I'll give him a minute or two to go out there and vote. We got 11 votes. We got 12. Wow.
It wouldn't let me vote what I wanted.
Okay. Well, we got 12. I'm going to go ahead and end it. That's good enough. So, the poll results, when will the hens get back together? And the number one answer was SHOT Show. 41% answered SHOT Show. 25% answered Christmas. Also, 25% said NRAM, and only 8% said Thanksgiving. Wow.
I was actually going to say NRAM, but it wouldn't let me see that as an option, so I had to choose Christmas.
We've never gotten together for Christmas or Thanksgiving, either one.
Well, I was thinking perhaps on a live chat.
Oh, well, now that's possible. Yeah, that's possible. I know for Christmas, well, not Christmas, but for my granddaughter's birthday, which is the 19th of December, I have to be down in Arkansas. But that's a ways off. So, anyway, let's see. That's right. Tomorrow is my granddaughter's 8-month birthday. Wow. She's getting big. Anyway, let's go ahead and get off here. We've been on just about long enough. But I'd like to thank Guns and Barbecue for being on here with me tonight. And I'd like to thank everybody. Sandra says none of the above. It'll be when they are at their next scheduled group gynecologist appointment. She's a character. I like her.
It's Midnight Range.
It probably is.
And Sandra's like, who the hell's this Midnight Range guy that they're accusing me of being?
It's either that. That's a pretty biting. I like that. Goes right for the juggler there.
Yep. She's going to fit right in.
Oh, okay. Looking at the profile picture, I see I'm pronouncing the name. It probably is Midnight Range. Sandra A. Gina. Yeah, after I saw the picture associated with the YouTube channel, it's like, I got it now. That the channel was created, believe it or not, August the 18th, 2025.
Huh. That or it's false.
He says they aren't looking into your jugular at gynecologist appointments.
Still looking at something that bleeds.
But anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for being out there in the audience, including everybody who watched on YouTube, Facebook, X.com, or Twitch. We're on 4 profiles now. So thanks for watching. If you watch the replay, I'm glad you're out there. We enjoy you being out there too. Want to see you here next week. And also, if you're a channel member, don't forget Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Central, the members only chat. And speaking of channel members, I would like to thank my channel members for their support of the channel. We got 45 of them now out there. I appreciate each and every one of you for what you do. So anyway, we'll be back next week. It's going to be a great week, so have a great rest of the week. And remember, as I always say, if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary, and this is Guns and Barbecue beside me. He's going to say goodnight.
Good night.
And anyway, have a great week. Oh, he's giving me the bird. Okay.
You're welcome.
All righty. So, everybody have a good evening. We'll see you next week. Hold on. Looks like the stream's still running.
Again?
Yeah.